Welcome, dear viewers. So in the previous episode, we looked at exporting file types out of Inventor, and we exported the gears both as a step file and as a power solid. So let's have a look, see how they might import into SolidWorks. So all you have to do is basically open the file, but you just need to make sure that it's not set for SolidWorks files, but set for all file types. And if you just use date modified, you'll find them. So we're going to use this one here, this spur gear up here. This is x_t, so that's a power solid file. Do you want to run diagnostics on this? Yes, we'll click OK. I don't think it matters whether you do or don't. Once you've done that, it says there's no faults, so that's good. Click OK. Do you want to proceed with feature recognition? Some people click no, some people click yes. I'm going to click yes. Here we go. And that will then automatic standard features, not sheet metal features. And then we should be able to just click OK. It will then essentially create a sketch here and then extrude it here. Okay, so you've now got a boss extrude with a sketch. So let's save that file, save as, and as you can see, it's the smaller of the two. So this is my pinion. There we go. So there's my pinion. Let's open the other one. There we go. So this will be my gear. This is the input gear. There we go. Yes, I do want to run diagnostics. No faults in the geometry. So that's good. Do you want to proceed with feature recognition? Yes. And we'll click OK. Right, and now I'll save this file, save as. Input spur gear and save. Now with the input spur gear, we need to bang a hole in that first of all, don't we, so that we can mount it on the shaft. And the hole size that I need, I noted down last time, I need it to be 14mm diameter on this part. So let's sketch. There's my front plane. That's what I'm going to sketch on. If I hit the space bar, turn that thing off, there we go, and go normal to, it'll line up with the plane. So we're going to drop a hole on it. Make sure you dimension it before you extrude it. So that needs to be 14. That's it. So there's my 14mm line or circle, obviously not a line, is it? Right, and then we need to extrude cut. So extrude cut, and obviously we don't want to go that way, so let's turn it around. There we go, and through all. There we go, and that should be all the way through. So let's save that there. Oh dear, I don't know what I did there. There we go, so let's save that. So there's the hole in that. And at some point we're going to need to put a key slot in there. Okay, and you'll need to do the same thing with the output gear. But in addition, if you're really struggling with the output gear, let me bring up the output gear. So that's the pinion, isn't it? So here's my pinion. Now there's two ways of doing this. As you can see, if you remember, this is my specification. DF is only 25.39, but my output gear segment that it's going to sit on is 17 mil in diameter. So if you take one from the other, you've only got like just over 8 millimeters left over. The difference in diameter there to there is 8.3 millimeters. So if we were to put a 17 mil hole through this, you'd only have about 4 millimeters from this corner here to the edge of the cylindrical feature. By the time you've put a keyway in there to lock the gear on the shaft to stop it from rotating, you're probably down to 2 millimeters, which means there's a really high probability that over a few hundred hours a crack will develop and the gear will just fall off the shaft if it doesn't just fall into 1,000 pieces and destroy the gearbox. So we need to probably do something about that. Now if we went down a few sizes and ended up with 14 millimeters for our bore, we would have 5 millimeters here. By the time we've put the keyway in there, probably only got 3 millimeters. That's still very tight. Okay, so what we can do instead is to maybe create what's called a pinion gear. Okay, sorry, a pinion shaft. So that's a shaft with the pinion on it. So it's manufactured as one piece. Okay, so that's something that we can do within the design, and that's, in my particular case, I probably need to do that because otherwise I'm not going to be able to cut a keyway into that. But I'm going to do that not in the next video, but probably the one after that, because the next video I'm going to do one of the shafts, namely the input shaft.